Welcome to the world of perspectives. Today you'll dive into some of the most intriguing mysteries in human history, from giant ground drawings to maps that shouldn't exist, and ancient monuments that defy logic. This is the top 10 archaeological mysteries still unsolved and maybe forever unexplained. Created over 1,500 years ago in Peru's southern desert, these colossal figures can only be seen from the sky. Monkeys, birds, humans, and geometric shapes stretch up to 300 meters. Despite being exposed for over a millennium, the Nazca Lines remain visible because they were made by removing the dark surface layer, revealing lighter sand below. The Nazca Desert is extremely dry, with almost no rain and very mild winds. This protects the lines from erosion. Plus, the lack of vegetation stops nature from covering the drawings over time. Made by the Nazca civilization, these lines still puzzle archaeologists. How did they create such precise shapes without aerial views? Theories range from religious rituals to using rudimentary balloons. Some researchers, like Maria Reich, who spent decades studying them, suggest the figures worked as a giant astronomical calendar. To this day, there's no consensus on its purpose. Created in 1513, this map shows stunning details of parts of South America and even the ice-free Antarctica, long before modern exploration. Beyond its precision, it's filled with fine visuals, delicate drawings of ships with masts and sails, Arabic notes along the coasts, and nautical symbols hinting at sea routes. These details suggest that navigators shared long-distance info far beyond official records. Preserved on gazelle leather and kept in Ottoman archives for centuries, the map reached us nearly intact. Piri Reis himself wrote notes on it, stating he used about 20 sources, including Greek, Arabic, and possibly Phoenician maps, plus cartographic records from Alexander the Great's era. This theory gains weight given the Ottoman Empire's access to ancient civilization archives. The most debated idea is that the map is a compilation of several ancient maps, preserving knowledge from earlier seafaring cultures. The debate on how this geographic accuracy was achieved remains open. In the massive complex of the Temple of Jupiter in Baalbek, there are the trilithons, 3 limestone blocks each over 1,000 tons and nearly 19 meters tall, bigger than a double-decker bus. These monoliths were quarried just 800 meters away, but how they were moved and lifted remains a mystery. Roman records mention earthen ramps and ropes, and some archaeologists think Phoenicians or Nabateans started the foundations before the Romans arrived. Modern experiments test giant levers, wooden pulleys, and inclined ramps, but none fully replicate the feat. An alternative theory suggests using water and clay to create a sliding platform. Wetting the ground beneath the trilithons would drastically reduce friction, making movement easier. It's an impressive testament to social coordination and technical knowledge from over 2,000 years ago. A mystery that still challenges our understanding of engineering. You'll be amazed by the engineering at Puma Punku, part of the stunning Tiahuanaco complex. Imagine andesite blocks with faces so perfectly flat and corners so sharply angled at 90 degrees, they fit together like puzzle pieces without any mortar. The strangest part, no tools have been found, no chisels, copper saws, or stone blades capable of cutting such clean lines into such hard stone. To make it even more mysterious, some of these monoliths weigh up to 130 tons and were hauled from quarries dozens of kilometers away, with no record of wheels, rails, or vehicles. The arrangement itself suggests a ritual astronomical purpose perfectly aligned with solstices and equinoxes, like a huge stone observatory. Modern researchers test ramps, wooden pulleys, and even wet clay platforms to reduce friction. But no experiment manages to fully recreate the achievement. Some still believe in lost technology, resonant vibrations, intense heat, natural acids, and even extraterrestrial help. Nothing we know today explains how a pre-Inca society, without advanced metallurgy or written language, carved and fitted these stones so perfectly. You'll be amazed by this bronze computer over 2,000 years old. Found at the bottom of the Aegean Sea, the Antikythera Mechanism is a complex gear device that could predict eclipses, lunar phases, and even planetary positions with incredible accuracy for the 1st century BC. It all began in 1901 when sponge divers stumbled on a shipwreck full of corroded statues, and among them this set of gear teeth no one could figure out. Decades of X-rays and 3D scans revealed intricate dials carved into it, gear wheels and inscriptions in ancient Greek detailing its astronomical calculations. The leading theory is that the mechanism came from an engineering school influenced by Archimedes, but nothing like it has ever been found. It's like a unique prototype lost in time. Imagine a device with mechanical complexity rivaling medieval clocks, thousands of years before they existed. You're going to be amazed by this stone circle. Each monolith weighs up to 30 tons and was brought from over 200 kilometers away. Imagine cutting, transporting, and raising these sarsen and bluestone blocks using only wooden structures, ropes, and human strength. Even today, recreating this feat would be a massive challenge. Stonehenge was built in phases between about 3000 BC and 2000 BC, always blending sacred and practical purposes. The larger stones, called sarsens, form the outer circle, and the trilithons, standing in pairs, create a corridor aligned exactly with the sunrise on the summer solstice. The smaller stones, brought from Wales, make up the inner circle, also with precise astronomical alignments. Researchers suggest this site served as a solar and lunar observatory, as well as a ceremonial center. Newer theories even propose electricity generation from the quartz's piezoelectric effects in the rocks. There's still no consensus on the exact method of transport or all of Stonehenge's functions. You're going to be surprised to learn that around the 2nd century BC, Mesopotamian craftsmen might have created the first electric batteries in history. Excavated near Baghdad, small clay jars were found containing copper cylinders and iron bars, a mix that can generate electric current if filled with an acidic liquid like vinegar or citrus juice. Just imagine droplets of vinegar falling onto the iron and copper, producing electrons flowing in a primitive circuit. Some researchers believe these batteries were used to plate metal objects with a thin layer of precious metal. However, no galvanized artifacts or ancient texts confirm this, so the mystery remains unresolved. The jars have survived because they were buried in dry places, protected from corrosion. Still, the intriguing idea of electricity in the ancient world challenges everything we learn in history books. You'll be amazed by this place that predates agriculture and pottery. Göbekli Tepe in southeastern Turkey is a temple over 11,000 years old, built by hunter-gatherers. Picture concentric circles of stone pillars, each carved with low-relief animals, lions, foxes, and mythical creatures, standing like silent sentinels. There's no sign of houses or villages nearby. It appears to have been a ritual center built by nomads who later decided to bury it. The builders themselves covered the site with tons of earth and debris, creating a time capsule that kept the sculptures intact for thousands of years. Thanks to this deliberate burial, we can still see nearly perfect pillars today. Archaeologists like Klaus Schmidt found that Göbekli Tepe flipped our historical logic. Here, religion came before organized urban life. How did they rally hundreds to raise those massive columns without large-scale food production? Nothing fully explains how these hunter-gatherers carved them. They built it and then deliberately buried it, a temple so grand, a true gateway to a lost past. Some archaeologists back the lost knowledge theory. An earlier culture barely seen in records mastered advanced stone cutting and transport techniques and passed this wisdom to the Göbekli Tepe builders, leaving only fragments behind. You'll discover the tombs of 3 pharaohs that defy time and logic: Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure. Built between 2600 and 2500 BC, these pyramids form Egypt's most iconic complex. The Great Pyramid of Khufu, the largest, stood 146 meters tall and houses the pharaoh's very own sarcophagus. Next to it is Khafre's pyramid, still shining with its original casing stone at the peak, like a beacon in the desert. Then there's Menkaure's pyramid, smaller but stunning for its use of red granite, creating a unique contrast. More than tombs, these structures align with the sky. They mirror Orion's belt stars, showing ancient Egyptians' deep astronomical and religious knowledge. How did they lift all that stone? The leading theories suggest huge external ramps, internal spiral ramps, and even in-place molded blocks, like a prehistoric concrete. Some speculate about the piezoelectric properties of quartz in the rocks, hinting at a hidden energy flowing through the corridors. Despite all these theories, the exact method to build, move, adjust, and fit millions of tons of stone with millimeter precision remains one of humanity's greatest engineering mysteries. You'll be surprised to learn that although Machu Picchu is now the iconic symbol of the Incas, it was nearly forgotten for centuries, only to be rediscovered in 1911. Built around 1450 AD, high up at 2,430 meters in the Andes, Machu Picchu combines agricultural terraces, palaces, and temples carved straight into solid rock. The granite blocks fit perfectly without mortar, standing firm through earthquakes thanks to the slight inward tilt of the walls. Excavations displayed at the Casa Concha Museum show that Machu Picchu wasn't just a royal retreat, but a small city with a complex structure. Agricultural tools, fine pottery, silver jewelry, and bone remains point to daily farming, crafts, and religious rituals. The abundance of drainage channels reveals such an efficient irrigation system that 60% of the buildings have draining floors. Around 1540, the city was abandoned, likely due to epidemics brought by the Spanish or Civil War between the Inca Empire and Vilcabamba. One popular theory among researchers is that Machu Picchu served as an astronomical observatory designed to align with constellations and the sun's movements. Sightlines to Huayna Picchu and the views of the winter solstice suggest the city may have been used for religious and celestial observation. Even with all this uncovered, the biggest mystery remains. Why choose exactly this rocky outcrop to build such a sophisticated sanctuary? Was it just a royal retreat or a gateway between Earth and the stars? Enjoyed the video? Comment, like, and subscribe for more fascinating facts.